Earlier you were mentioning Forspoken. I've not played the game myself. I have seen I've seen a bit of a playthrough of it, and I've certainly seen the scene that everyone memed on. The I did that. You did that. I did. I've also been and listened to the. Cause it's made by Luminous Production, Square Enix subsidiary. I've listened to the Japanese audio. It's considerably less cringy in the Japanese audio. For anyone listening, Frey is voiced by Jolene's voice actress, so it's a lot less annoying than Frey is in the English version. But um, I I knew the name Luminous Studio, Luminous Production, uh, rung a bell, but I couldn't work out why until I looked at the other game they made. Um, that was the subsidiary of Square Enix that made Final Fantasy XV, which was a
Okay.
that was a video game that people know how I feel about. It's not a good game. It's really not.
I just don't get the price on it.
What is
In
what is it?
UK pounds, it is 64.99.
Uh,
And for what I've seen of it, it's just in
you
absolutely no way does it seem like it's worth 64.99.
$114 in Australia. What? Wait, what? Wait, how much is Elden Ring?
Cheaper.
$90. It's like $30 cheaper to buy Elden Ring.
Yeah, and you will get probably a lot more enjoyment
Why is
out
it?
of Elden Ring. Even if you don't like difficult games, you'll probably still like Elden Ring more.
Why is it so expensive?
I don't get it either. I don't understand why it's so expensive.
Okay, look. It's from what I've seen of it. It seems like a remotely entertaining game. I wouldn't pay full price for it, but if it was like $30 on sale, $20 on sale, maybe it'd be
It
worth it.
seems like a 30, £40 game max.
Mm-hmm. Square Enix doesn't really have anything right now. That's the problem, because they've a lot of the games they've released recently have sort of been I wouldn't say flops, but definitely not hits. Um Yeah, it's been a little bit since they've had like a big title, outside of Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
because
I'm
Final
just
Fantasy
looking over
14
there
14 is basically the only thing keeping them afloat right now.
because they put out Crisis Core
Oh yeah,
Final
they've got
Fantasy
yeah.
VII Reunion,
It's a Final Fantasy game though.
Tactics Ogre Reborn,
Huh?
Harvestella, and like yeah, I'm looking at the even just going by the review count
Mm.
and like the amount of people online playing them, none of them have it sold particularly well.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't think they're having a great time right now, which is probably one of the reasons that Forspoken is so outlandishly expensive. I mean, that is just a ludicrous price.
Look, clearly someone's buying it. They might be returning it shortly after, but there are
Crazy.
reviews on Steam, so people are buying it, even if it's just to mock the game.
I don't understand why anybody would waste their money to buy a game to mock it or to leave a bad
I
review. And I
just
know
scroll-
people do this.
I just scrolled down, releasing a game like that for 79 euros cheeky. It's one of the first reviews I see.
Yeah, it's not even remotely highly rated either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
Oh
seems
dear.
it like it's very mixed right now. Uh, I'll play it one day, probably, maybe.
Someone just screamed outside my window. That's a bit
Oh,
concerning.
as you do.
Okay. Hello?
uh, I don't know. Like, I don't. It's a good looking. Okay, no, if you ignore the character animations on the faces, it's a good looking game. Because they're not great. They're really not very good. Um, but like the world design, the like the effects all look good. Um, but that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But I don't know. Play whatever you like. If you enjoy the game, I don't care. Enjoy whatever video games you want to play. I'm gonna go play, something else that's not Forspoken.